Two true horror stories that feel too real for comfort. The Porchlight and the Babysitter App are realistic, modern nightmare tales of safety turning to terror. These stories tap into our everyday fears, home security, technology, and the illusion of safety in our own homes. This story was sent in by a listener named Emily. She swears it's true, and after hearing it, you might start checking your own front door at night. My name's Emily, and I've never really thought of myself as the kind of person who attracts strange things. I live alone, quiet neighborhood. I work from home, keep to myself, nothing special. But what happened last Halloween changed the way I look at my own house. It started as just a normal night. I wasn't handing out candy that year, just didn't feel like it. I'd gone through a breakup, work had been brutal, and honestly, I just wanted silence. So I turned off the porch light, the universal signal. No candy tonight. Don't knock. I curled up on the couch, turned on Netflix, and tried to forget the world for a bit. Then, around 9 o'clock, knock, knock, knock. Not loud, not rushed, just 3 slow, deliberate knocks. I froze. I remember thinking, who does that? The porch light's off. Everyone knows what that means. Maybe it was a kid who didn't notice, or a teenager being dumb. I didn't move. Then, it came again. 3 knocks, slower this time, almost like they were waiting to be invited. I muted the TV, heart pounding, and crept to the blinds. When I looked outside, nothing. Just the pumpkins, the empty porch. I told myself to stop being paranoid. Maybe I imagined it, but something deep in my stomach told me this wasn't over. About 20 minutes later, the motion light flicked on. I remember holding my breath, looking toward the window, and there, just at the edge of the light, was a shadow, a tall figure, standing still, no costume, no bag, just watching. I grabbed my phone, snapped a picture through the blinds, thinking if I call the cops, I'll need proof. But when I looked at the photo, the porch was empty. The light was still on, but the figure was gone, and that's when I noticed it. The front door lock was unlocked. I lock it every night, every single night. I told myself maybe I forgot. Maybe I was tired, but I could have sworn I'd heard the click earlier. Hands shaking, I locked it again, sat back down, waited. By midnight, I was still awake, phone in my hand. Every sound in the house felt louder than usual. I must have dozed off because the next thing I remember is my phone buzzing. 2:13 a.m., unknown number. Half asleep, I answered. Nothing, just breathing, slow, controlled, not heavy, not panicked, like someone standing very close to the receiver. I hung up immediately, blocked the number. My hands wouldn't stop shaking. Then my screen lit up again. A new notification. Do photo added to recents. My stomach dropped. I hadn't taken any pictures, but when I opened it, it was my living room, the couch, the blanket, and me, sleeping. The picture had been taken from the hallway. I called the police immediately. They showed up fast, searched the house, checked every window, every door, nothing. No footprints, no sign of forced entry. One officer suggested maybe my phone glitched. Maybe I'd hit the camera in my sleep. But I saw that shadow, and I know I locked the door. After they left, I couldn't stay. I packed a bag, drove to my sister's, and stayed there for a week. When I came back, everything was just how I'd left it. Except for one thing. The porch light was on. I hadn't turned it on, and taped under the switch was a sticky note. In shaky handwriting, it said, "You were supposed to open the door." The police came again. Same result. No prints, no signs, nothing. They told me to install cameras. I did, inside and out, every corner, and for a year, nothing happened. Until last night. Almost exactly a year later, the motion light turned on. The doorbell camera recorded something, but when I checked the feed, it wasn't a person. It was just static. Then, black. I haven't gone near the door since. But the part that keeps me awake isn't the note. It's the thought behind it. Because that message in "you were supposed to open the door" doesn't sound like a threat. It sounds like disappointment. So now, every Halloween night, I sit awake in the dark watching the door, and I can't help wondering if this year they'll knock again, and if I'll be able to stop myself from answering.
This story was sent in by a listener named Hannah. She says it happened to her last Halloween, and after hearing it, you might never trust a babysitting app again. My name's Hannah, and until last year, I used to babysit all the time. I wasn't a kid anymore, 25, responsible, background checked. I used this app called CareShare. It matches sitters with families nearby. It was safe, convenient, or at least it seemed that way. A woman named Allison P. messaged me a few days before Halloween, said she needed a sitter for her 8-year-old daughter, Sophie. Her profile looked perfect. Verified ID, real address, positive reviews. She said she'd be home by 11. Easy money. So, I said yes. Halloween night was calm, quiet street. Kids still trick-or-treating under orange streetlights. Her house was neat, modern, normal. When I rang the bell, a little girl answered, small, shy, pink unicorn onesie. She smiled, but it was this weird practice smile, like she was imitating what she thought a happy kid should look like. Then Allison came down the stairs. Polite, rushed, looked completely normal. She said, "Everything's set. Sophie's in bed by 9. There's snacks, Wi-Fi, make yourself comfortable." She smiled, grabbed her coat, and left. The first hour was fine. Sophie showed me her tablet, games, drawings, some Halloween songs. By 8:30, she said she was tired. I tucked her in. She went upstairs. I sat on the couch scrolling through my phone, half watching a movie on Netflix. Then my phone buzzed. A notification from the CareShare app. CareShare safety alert. This family's profile has been flagged. For review, please confirm your client's name and address. I frowned. That had never happened before. I entered the address. Then a red warning popped up. No active family profiles found for this location. I thought maybe it was a glitch. Maybe the app was updating. Still, I texted Allison just to be safe. "Hey, just got a weird alert, everything okay?" No reply. I tried calling, straight to voicemail. That's when the house started to feel too quiet. Then I heard footsteps. Slow. Heavy. Coming from upstairs. I figured Sophie got up. Bathroom maybe. I called her name. No answer. I went halfway up the stairs. Light flickering under her door. I knocked. "Sophie, you okay?" No sound. Opened the door and froze. The room was empty. Her tablet sat on the bed, glowing. Then, from behind me, a whisper. "She doesn't like when you go in her room." I turned around. No one was there. But Sophie's tablet flickered again and showed a video feed, a live feed, of me, standing in her doorway. The angle was from the hallway. I looked closer, and that's when I saw the camera. Tiny green light tucked near the ceiling, then another, and another. Every corner of the house was watching me. I ran downstairs, grabbed my phone, opened the app again. It said, "Session terminated by family. Thank you for your service." My messages with Allison, gone. The chat history, deleted. Everything, wiped clean. Then I heard it. The front door creaked. Slowly. I froze. Someone was standing just beyond it. Their shadow stretched across the floor. Allison? Nothing. Then the tablet upstairs came on again. A woman's voice, calm, familiar. "You're doing great, Sophie. tell her she can go home now. I ran for the back door. It was locked. Windows were sealed shut. The front door pushed open. I didn't wait. I bolted through the garage, squeezed out a side exit, and didn't stop running until I hit the street. When I turned back, Sophie was standing in the doorway, still smiling that same strange smile, and behind her, a woman. Not Allison. Someone else entirely. Just standing there watching me. I called the police from my car. They searched the house, but the officer said something that still chills me. Ma'am, this house is vacant. No one's lived here in over a year. A week later, I got a text from an unknown number. It was a photo of me sitting on that couch, and the message said, "We liked you. Maybe next Halloween." I deleted the app, changed my number, moved across town. But sometimes I still get random emails. No messages, just a picture attached. Each one's a still frame from houses I drive past on my way home. I try not to think about it, but deep down, I know someone's still watching. And this Halloween, if you use one of those apps, you might want to double-check who's really on the other end. Join us next time for more chilling encounters. Please be sure to like and subscribe.